Get more insight from a man who knows very well the issues that Brian was talking about and that all of Eastern and Central Europe are grappling with right now. Let's bring in Poland's former foreign minister and Minister of Defense, Radek Sikorski. He's a current member of the European Parliament and chair of the delegation for relations with the United States. Thank you so much, Radek, for being with us. Let's just start. We'll talk just legacies and history a bit here for a second. Angela Merkel has been seen for some time as an era-shaping chancellor of Germany. How much is her legacy damaged by her over-reliance on Russian oil and natural gas?
The simultaneous building of Nord Stream and shutting down Germany's nuclear industry was clearly a mistake. But the pipeline, remember, is a secondary issue. The Nord Stream pipeline should never have been built. There are other pipelines. If Russia wants to sell Germany gas, it can do it through the Yamal pipeline, above all through the pipeline that goes from Ukraine to Slovakia and the Czech Republic. The only purpose of Nord Stream was to enable Russia's war on Ukraine and to deliver the gas directly to Germany. Our response to this should be that the European Union should buy its gas jointly from suppliers, the way we buy uranium. Then we can be the largest customer for Putin's gas, and then we can get the security of supply at a competitive price, because that's key too.
Yeah, let's talk about what's been happening in Poland over the past 6 months or so. And let me just start with a personal observation. My daughter went over, worked in Poland and worked on the border, spent about a month over there this summer, and was just absolutely blown away by the Polish people, how extraordinary they were in helping Ukrainians and how welcoming they were. Talk about what the past 6 months, the past 9 months has meant to Poland, not just as the indispensable ally of the United States, but just for Poland itself, that's been through so much over the past 100 years.
Well, it's actually very simple. We feel that if Putin succeeds in conquering Ukraine, he'll come for us next. So the Ukrainians are fighting our fight, and the least we can do is to protect their women and children. And yes, we've taken in 3 million refugees into our homes. I had 10 Ukrainian refugees in my home at a certain moment. The men, many of them, have gone back to fight, and we hope they'll succeed and push the Russians out, and then the women and children will be able to go back. But yes, you know, solidarity is a word that we value a lot in Poland, and I'm very proud of my nation that we've shown this hospitality to the Ukrainians.
It's incredible.
And for people this is depressing to me because I'm so old, but too young to remember the importance of solidarity and what happened in 1980, 1981. Right. It was a democratic revolution that began in Poland, and it still is. That solidarity, extraordinary. Radek, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, of course, Mika's father and my friend and patron, Zbigniew Brzezinski, was a great friend of Ukraine and also appreciated Ukraine's importance to the balance of power in Europe. You know, a pro-Western, pro-Ukrainian, pro-European Ukraine is the best insurance policy against the revival of Russian imperialism.
Radek, we get conflict. And by the way, if Dr. Brzezinski were still with us, he would agree with you that he was an astute observer. We get conflicting signals from whether it's from British intelligence, whether it's from Pentagon intelligence, whether it's from the continent, about how well the Russians are doing. 1 week we hear from British intelligence that their supplies are being exhausted, that their manpower is drying up. And that they just can't continue this war. And then a week later, we'll hear a conflicting report. You're on the ground. You're right next door to it. I know you know so much about this conflict and what's going on, this war. What can you tell us? What is your best assessment of the current situation militarily on the ground there?
Well, first of all, Russia has already lost strategically. In 4 months, Putin has caused for 2 new countries to apply to join NATO, and 2 new countries, Ukraine and Moldova, have become candidate members of the European Union. As regards the military situation, Putin has lost the battle for Kiev, he's lost the battle for Kharkiv, he has made some incremental gains in Donbas at a huge cost to himself, and he's suffering a logistical collapse of his armies. Look, he's having to go cup in hand to the Iranians to buy Iranian drones. Come on, Russia was supposed to be to have a first-class army, and now they can't coordinate their actions at sea, in the air. They don't even have air domination over Ukraine, and Ukraine is now successfully attacking Russian arms depots, their ammunition depots, their command posts. I think the Russians are capable maybe of one more push, and then I think they will have lost this war.
So, Radek, at the same time, we're hearing reports that they want to annex more parts of Ukraine, pull a Crimea, the Russians. Is this even in the realm of possibilities? And how long can the Ukrainians manage dragging out this war, trying to run the Russians down, this strategy?
Well, the Russians can announce what they will. It will have no legal standing. We don't recognize conquests in Europe these days. And the issue will be settled by whether or not the Ukrainians can get their provinces, their country back. And that will depend on how much we help them. We are very grateful in Europe to the United States for the package of economic and, above all, military assistance to Ukraine. We, the European Unions, are doing a lot too. We just voted in the European Parliament another €1 billion for Ukraine. Poland, Britain, others are rallying around to help Ukraine. This will be decided on the battlefield. If we are to see reforms in Russia, Putin's armies have to be defeated in Ukraine.
All right, former Polish Foreign Minister Radek Sikorski. Radek, always good to see you. Thank you very much.